Today, we're going to be building a laser turret with these SG90 servo motors and some 3D printed parts. The turret will be controlled by an Arduino Uno, and this will allow me to wire up a joystick to control the X and Y position of the turret. Let's get started. So what exactly are we building here, this so-called laser turret? Well, it consists of two servos, attached to each other with 3D printed parts, to allow the turret to move in X and Y directions, also known as pan and tilt. If we mount the laser to the top of the turret, the laser will point in the same direction as the turret is facing, and we can use the joystick to point the laser at things. I would usually 3D model and print a few parts to hold the servos, but since someone has already built this kind of servo turret before, I can just download and print their STL files. It's 3D printing time. I first mounted both servos to the 3D printed pieces. The screws that came with the servo motors were too small for my 3D printed pieces, so I had to find some different screws. Good thing I have a lot of small screws from taking things apart. Next, I hot glued the servo arms to the 3D printed parts and mounted the laser. This is what each piece looks like functioning individually. The top piece, and the bottom piece. After putting both pieces together to form the X and Y axes, I wired up the turret and joystick to the Arduino. The positive and negative for the servos and joystick were all connected to the power rails of a breadboard. The servo signal wires were plugged into digital 2 and digital 3 on the Arduino, and the X and Y for the joystick were plugged into analog 0 and analog 1. After a little programming on the Arduino, the laser turret is finished. The Arduino reads the analog position on the joystick through A0 and A1. It then controls the motors by sending them pulses of various lengths. These pulse lengths correspond to different angle positions of the motors. A small driver board in the servo motor takes the current position of the motor and compares it to the position the motor is supposed to be at, and then moves the motor in the corresponding direction to put the servo arm in the right place. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share, and subscribe. It really does help me out. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next video.